Acá estamos con Spencer Tunick, un gran fotógrafo excepcional. Hello Spencer, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
How do you feel being here in Costa Rica for the International Festival of Design?
I think it's wonderful. Yeah, I just got to San Jose. I flew from New York, and I went right to Rio Perdido, the hotel in Hot Spring River. I guess you could see it at rioperdido.com. I spent 2 days there. I photographed my wife nude in the Hot Spring River, which was nice. So I actually have done my first nude in Costa Rica. I'll show it to you. And then we just spent 2 days there and came here, and this is my first experience, this hotel.
Do you ever travel in here into Costa Rica, or it's your first time?
No, I've always wanted to go. I had a friend from New York that really wanted me to come down here like 6 years ago, and she started handing out flyers as if I was coming down here, and started some rumors that I was coming down here, but I never did, and now I want to come back. You know, once you come here once, but I have to come back because I have to go to Rio Perdido again, because I've never floated down the Hot Spring River before, and this is the first time ever. So we'll see.
Can you explain us what is your vision of your photography?
Well, you know, I work with the body naked, without clothing, in grouping people together, whether to form an abstraction or to do a play on portraiture. A play on group portraiture, and I just see the body as my medium, and the energy that comes not only from the photograph I take, but from the participation in it is really powerful and exciting, and it not only changes the way I go through life, but the people that participate, it's really rejuvenating for them, and healing, and exciting. People feel more confident in themselves. They feel that government doesn't own their bodies, that they're more free to participate in art and to be part of a contemporary dialogue about the body.
Can you tell us what was for the beginning for
Well,
you?
no one was really photographing groups of naked people on the streets of New York City since the 60s. Since the late 60s. And back then it was maybe 7 or 8 people. And that was Yayoi Kusama's work, a Japanese artist. But no one really had this sort of morphing and splattering and abstraction of hundreds of bodies. And so it was pretty shocking for people to see, because it reminded them of life and death, and the body as nature, and as flowers and trees and rocks. So the mayor, even though it was legal to work naked in the city with art, the mayor decided, I don't care about the law, we're going to try to arrest him anyway. And so I sued the city, and the case went up to the US Supreme Court, and the mayor was reprimanded, and I won. And that art with the body is dignified and has its place on this earth, and that just because one person disagrees with it doesn't mean the masses cannot do it. So just remember, Costa Ricans, if you want to get naked, you can. Don't let one person stop you. Let one person help you.
It's so difficult for you to organize a lot of people, and how do you select people to participate?
Well, usually a museum will invite me to do a project, performance, installation in their country. I don't go someplace and do something without an invitation. So if I were to do a work here in Costa Rica, it would have to be a museum director or curator saying, let's bring Spencer down to do something. Or the Ministry of Culture or the Minister of Culture saying, let's bring Spencer down to try to make some works. And then they find sponsors, and it happens, and sometimes there's an exhibition afterwards, and it's just great. It's a great thing to happen.
And you select this location, or how you make the concept?
Once I'm invited, I usually choose the locations. So if I was invited here, I'd probably do one big work in San Jose, and maybe do a work near the big Arsenal volcano, and maybe rioperdido.com, you know, that place, that resort area with the hot spring. So I'd probably pick 3 locations. I'm a big fan of hot springs, and I've traveled through the Southwest on hot spring vacations with my wife, just going from natural hot spring to natural hot spring. I also did that in Japan. So I love to soak in hot water. I'm a bear. So I would probably want to work in a hot spring. I'd probably want to get a work in front of a volcano. I maybe want to even make a volcano of people and throw some explode all, and have liquid coming down their bodies, and maybe and also do a city work.